Hi everyone, and welcome to our first session in our beginners series. My name is Lauren O'Sullivan. I'm one of the yoga teachers with Help for Heroes. I work with breathwork and I also work with people who have experienced trauma.
Hi, my name is Francesca Bingley. I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a happy yoga teacher. And I work with Lauren working on adaptive practices in yoga to work with our nervous systems to bring in energy and also learning how to soothe it as well. So today's session is going to be a full body practice. So it's for anyone that wants to give it a go, because we're going to be offering different adaptations to some of the postures as well. So it's about finding a way to make it work for you. There's no perfect with it.
So to begin the practice, we're going to begin with our Namaste Kriya. So Namaste Kriya is essentially about bringing your intention and bringing some value to what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to ask Fran just to start to shift her awareness inside her body and have a sense of connecting to your seat. So either sitting cross-legged or having the legs out in front of you. Maybe you are in a chair for this part of the practice. And the most important thing really is about getting yourself nice and comfortable. Have a sense of turning your awareness inside your body. And we're connecting to our bhakti. Bhakti is our sense of drive, our desire to live and to grow and to transform. And this kind of seed of energy exists in all of us. Sometimes we feel it, sometimes we don't. So we're connecting to our bhakti, we're connecting to our wish to grow, our virya, our enthusiasm, and also on a personal level, connecting to why we're here today, why we've shown up, why we want to practice, and what it is that we're seeking and what we're going to bring. We're then going to take an inhale and we're just going to raise the arms above the head, bringing the palms together. And as you exhale, you're going to draw this intention down to your heart, pressing your thumbs at your sternum and taking a bow, sealing this intention as we say Namaste. Namaste. So we're going to introduce double breathing. So if you've done no dynamic breathing before, this may feel quite new. It could be quite exciting, but also it can feel a little bit unnerving and clunky when you first do something. I always offer people the opportunity to lie themselves down on their back if you want to, or you can stay seated. Double breathing is a dynamic breath, a faster rhythmic breath, which is initially focused on the lower abdomen. We take 2 breaths in through the nose and 2 exhales out through the mouth. So the breath is even and it sounds like this. So you can just join in. Belly rise, belly fall. One more. Then we're going to take a slow inhale through the nose, filling the body up with our inhale. Open the mouth as you exhale and our breath to release. So there'll be some initial fizzing and buzzing inside the body. Have a sense of just softening into the experience, relaxing into your body. So that's the initial setup for our double breathing. And what we're going to do now is 3 rounds of 10 double breaths. So I'm just going to ask Fran to get nice and relaxed again in case she's kind of built any tension in her body. And again, have a sense of connecting to some easiness. Knowing that this dynamic breathing requires a certain amount of effort. You know, in yoga, often people think it's about peace and relaxation and going with the flow, but actually it requires a certain level of work. we earn our let go. Okay, so we're going to take 10 double breaths, breathing in the belly, starting with the inhale through the nose twice. Away we go. Two more. Last one. Empty your breath out. There'll be a rebound of breath, slowly inhaling up. A slight pause at the top. Open the mouth, exhale to release. Soften into your body. So there'll be some fizzing, some buzzing, maybe some lightheadedness. And just invite your body to relax. And just feel inside, bringing the mind into feeling. So we call this space that opens up after dynamic breathing, dynamic stillness. It's a space where over time you'll notice that you probably won't need to breathe for a period as the body is fully oxygenated. This opens up a space where it's almost like we kind of pull the plug on the mind and we get to witness it. We get to witness the body and the emotion. So now we're going to take another round of 10 double breaths. You can dial the intensity up or you can dial it down. You can do it nice and light and slow, or you can do it quite vigorously. Okay, so if we remember, you use 2 breaths through the nose, the belly will inflate, and as you exhale, the belly will naturally come back. If you are brand new to this type of breathing, it's really normal for the belly to be quite solid. We hold a lot of emotional tension in our lower abdomen and a lot of kind of social constraints around this region. 10 double breaths, starting breathing in through the nose twice. Away we go. Last one. Into your breath. You'll feel a rebound as you want to inhale through the nose, filling your body up. You hold your breath in at the top, open the mouth, exhale to release. Whole body softens. So you simply allow yourself to turn inwards. The mind is naturally attracted to intense energy, stimuli. We are training the senses inside, whilst giving us a whole respiratory workout without moving. We're firing up our nervous system, learning to be with big sensations in the body that we'd normally associate with stress. And we're learning to kind of open. We're going to take a final round of 10 double breaths. If you are feeling like that's enough, know that you can self-pace. You can leave this round out, or you can do it light. But if you're kind of up for the challenge, we're going to actually dial the intensity up a little bit. Okay, so I'm probably going to do it a little bit more vigorously on this last round. Starting with the inhale through the nose, twice, away we go. Last round. Into your breath. You're ready to pick your breath up. You're in the driver's seat, breathing in. Open the mouth, clear your path. Dive inside your body with your feeling awareness. So you're open to a dynamic stillness. Over time, this period where you don't need to breathe will lengthen out, which is a little bit like altitude training. You know, we're learning to be with a whole load of oxygen, and then that's starting to dip down, and that carbon dioxide is starting to rise in the body, which actually starts to cause a certain level of reaction in the body that begs for our attention. And we're just learning to soften into that space. But we're going to take another breath in now, slowly filling the whole body up. And we're going to hold for 12 seconds at the top of the breath. Away we go. Our breath, exhale to soften. Relax into the after poise. So we've reset our energy body, our minds. We've cleared some space. And now what we're going to do is we're going to distribute all that energy around the body. So there's lots of ideas around yoga being about flexibility, mobility, strength, and being the most perfected postures and all this kind of thing. But actually, it's so much deeper than that. It's what's happening inside the body as we kind of bring these postures to life with our breath, with our energy. So as we move, we have a sense like we're unkinking the pipes, especially in the spine, the nervous system, and everything's springing out to the periphery. So this pulse action with our breathing, nothing's held. We don't hold postures in this practice. We bring them to life with our breath, our movement, and awareness. Okay, so I'm going to ask Fran now just to slowly come up to standing, knowing that you may feel a little bit lightheaded from that breathing practice. So come up slowly. And you're going to come to the front of your mat. And first of all, turn your awareness inside again. Maybe close your eyes or shift your gaze downwards or soften your gaze. And we're going to connect to our Ujjayi breath. So Ujjayi breath is a soothing rhythmic breath where you create slight constriction in the back of the throat. This allows you to engage your whisper muscles in the back and actually allows the breath to be kind of quite targeted and precise. Okay, you end up controlling the breath in a way that you probably wouldn't normally. So you're breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. You can even use your hands. So as you breathe in, have a sense of kind of expanding into your palms and your fingers, maybe a little rise up. And as you exhale, there's a contraction, there's a softening of your hands. So as you breathe in, the front body opens. As you exhale, there's kind of a drawing inwards and downward motion. So inhale, front body opens, maybe a lift of your gaze. As you exhale, grounding down through the soles of your feet. So now your whole body breathing. Breathing in, drawing up. As you exhale, softening into those knees. So we're allowing the breath to dictate the movement. This is spanda, this is the pulse. The body naturally opens when it's not being forced into anything, it's not under threat. Exhale, soften. So we're coming into a strong mountain. One more exhale. We're going to come into flying mountain. So you're going to use the inhale to raise the arms up. Soften immediately, whole body relaxes. So we're favoring the breath over the movement. The breath is dictating the movement. Inhale to lift. Exhaling to release. One more pulse. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, soften. So this time we're going to interlace the fingers. I'm going to take that arm raise up. You lift your gaze, spread into your palms. Feel that whole body open, and then exhale. You feel that kind of spring back in the body. It naturally wants to do it. So your whole body breathing now. Inhale, lift. Heart, ribs open. Exhale, humbly releasing your breath. We're going to take one more pulse before we come into a forward bow. Inhaling, lift. So now as you exhale, you're going to take a bow forward. So you can adapt this how you need to. You could bend into the knees. You could rest your arms on your thighs. You could grab a chair. We're learning to pulse whilst kind of moving the edges of our boundaries and our tension. So when I say edge, it's that place where essentially your body's starting to talk to you. It could be your hamstrings, it could be your calves, it could be your back, and it's communicating with you. Okay, so rather than overlooking and forcing, we're learning to listen. Okay, inhale to lift. And as you exhale, you're slowly using that breath to travel a little bit further. This is keeping us on the good side of our edge. It means that we're learning to cultivate like a fluid strength as we exhale with forward bowing, which is a natural kind of soothing introversion as you allow your heart to lower. Okay, a couple more pulses using that inhale to open. Exhale to fold down, unkinking the spine. There's kind of pipes in the back. 2 more pulses. Softening, exhale. So there's a really incredible mechanism with the breath that kind of tells you when you're going too far and you could potentially come into harm, and the breath simply stops. It will get held. So what you're doing is, as long as you can maintain your breath, it's indicating to your body that you're not under threat and you're safe. So simple. So we're going to take one final bonus breath here, inhaling, getting a nice kind of soak into the brain, exhaling. And then we're going to move into our toe balance, okay? So Fran's going to make a couple of adaptations. Toe balance, we're learning to balance on our toes. We're going to bring new life into those knees, into our feet. So we can do this against the wall, coming up onto the toes. As you exhale, you can walk your hands down, you know, knowing that we hold so much kind of memory in the legs and in the feet. Using that inhale to lift up onto the toes. You want to steady your gaze. And over time, your body, your knees will start to kind of cooperate. So you can lean back against the wall if you feel like you really need that support. Or over time, you may be able to release having any support. Or you could bring your hands fully down. But what we're doing is we're learning to be with a certain level of constriction in the feet and in the knees. And we want to draw those knees together. So we're closing off the hips. Okay, and then from here, there's like a downward motion on your exhale, which creates a springboard in your spine to lift and bring your hands to the heart, like we did at the beginning. But this isn't a passive motion, you know, you're really opening up your heart, you're finding your lift, and as you exhale, soften. You may even be able to travel further, interlacing the fingers, inhaling, raising the arms. Steady the gaze. That will steady the impulses through the eyes. And eventually start to steady out your breath and your emotions. So we're using our pulse, drawing those knees together. And then we're going to take our forward bow on our next exhale. So joining in together, use an inhale to lift up. Exhale, find your forward bow. Inhale, raising the arms all the way up. So there'll be a dynamic transition. Exhale, bringing the hands around and back to your heart. Close the eyes. So now we're going to bring in our block. This goes off every 6 seconds. It's like a trainer. It's going to train us to breathe rhythmically. So it's an endeavor when you first start practicing, just to see if you can synchronize your breathing to the block. I'm going to pop it on now, and we're just going to flow through again. So inhaling, arm raise. Exhale, soften, releasing the hands down. Inhaling, raising the arms up. Exhale, releasing the hands down. Now we're going to interlace the fingers, inhaling. Exhale, release. So you keep your fingers interlaced as you soften into the knees. Inhaling, breathing. Life in. Exhaling, releasing life. So our ego mechanism, it likes to kind of force. It likes to go fast. And it often has an agenda. And we are learning to retrain this mechanism to work intuitively with the body. Exhaling, pulse. One more inhale, reaching up, lifting the gaze. As we exhale, swan dive forward into our forward bow. So remembering, Fran's going into a full bow, pulse, inhaling. But you can use whatever props you need. You can even do it against the wall. So as you inhale, chest opens, lift the gaze. As you exhale, soften, allow the spine to soften forwards. Inhale, life comes in. Exhaling. One more pulse before our toe bounce. Inhale. Exhaling. Transition into our toe balance now. Making your adaptations. Exhale. Life comes in, opening up the chest, drawing upwards. Exhale, sinking down through the feet, through the tailbone, drawing those legs, those knees together. Inhale, rise. Exhale and release. Inhale, you may want to raise your arms all the way up. Exhaling, soften. One more pulse, inhaling. Exhale. So we're going to start to transition now back into forward bow. So you take one more inhale. Exhale, forward bow. Inhale, raising yourself all the way up. Exhale, bringing your hands back to your heart. Close the eyes. So we're going to do one more final round, but we're going to do one breath, one movement, okay? So when we're ready on the next block, we're going to take an inhale, arm raise. Exhaling, release the hands to the side. Inhale, arm raise, interlace the fingers. Pulse, exhaling. Inhaling to left. Finding our forward bow on the exhale. Inhale the rebound, lifting the heart. Exhaling into our bow. Toe balance, transition, inhale. Exhaling, hands to heart if you can. One rebound of breath here, inhale. Exhaling to sink. If you can, arm raise, interlace fingers. Pulse, exhaling. One more inhale to lift up. Forward bow on the exhale. Arm raising, inhale all the way up. Exhaling, drawing the hands to the heart. Bring the palms together, close the eyes, release your hands to your side and just feel into your body now. For the space that you've created, any changes that you may notice. So now we're going to move into our Shava Kriya, which is our kind of absorption phase, our relaxation. So I'm just going to ask Fran to bring herself down onto her mat and lie down, relaxing the body. So we're going to let go into our stillness, and to enable a kind of deeper let go, we're going to use our 10 double breaths again. So allow the palms to open up to the sky, soften into the mat, feel that contact with the ground, and let go into your body. Knowing that you may still be carrying some stuff, and that's okay. Okay, so 10 double breaths, breathing in through the nose twice. Away we go. Last one. Into your breath. There'll be a natural gathering, natural cool of the inhale to breathe in, filling up. Open the mouth, exhale to release. So we're going to do a tour of our body, knowing that there are spaces in the body, that all our bodies are different. Whether you can feel these spaces, whether they're there or not, we are focusing on the energy body, okay? So wherever you're what body you're in, bring your awareness into the tips of your toes. You may feel sensation, you may feel numbness or silence. Feel between your toes, soles of your feet, tops of your feet. Feel into your ankle joints, shins, calves, knee joints, backs of knees, thighs, hip joints, buttocks, pelvis, tailbone, hips, navel center, dipping the spine, ribs, middle back, chest, upper back, collarbone, shoulder blade, fingertips, between your fingers, backs of hands, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, tops of arms, shoulders, throat, base of your neck, jaw, ears, tongue, mouth, cheekbones, nose, eye socket, back of head, center of your brain, eyebrow center, top of your head. Now bring and expand your awareness to your whole body. Feel your whole body. Whole body as it is. Feel your energy. Whole body open. Whole body. So all of that tension, locked in energy is now released into the body. Soothing the nervous system. Now I'm just going to ask Fran just to wiggle into her fingers, her toes, or make some soft movements in the body. Deepening your breath, blinking the eyes open. Knowing if you're practicing at home, you can spend longer in your Shavasana, your Shavasana. But we're going to now come together to seal the practice in. So you're just going to bring yourself up to your seat. And we are going to take our Namaste Kriya, taking an inhale to raise the arms up. Sealing the palms together, exhale, drawing the hands to the heart. As we add value to our time spent by taking a vow to ourselves, for practicing, to each other, and to the teaching. And we say Namaste, which means a bow to that in you that's in me. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste.